morning, afternoon, evening, everybody. My name is Jamie Chu. Welcome back to a brand new video where once again I react to another entry in this year's Eurovision Song Contest. Still got a bit of a slight iffiness with my throat, but I'm trying to plow on as best I possibly can with the next country on my list to do, which is still quite a few to do, has to be said. We're effectively on the 12th country now, and this particular country has certainly in some eyes of the people been absolutely magnificent ever since they returned in 2011, with amazing power ballads, even rock anthems winning once. But some people think they're just a tiny little bit overrated. Mamma mia, por favor, let's react to Italy. And this time representing the Italians after winning the national final Sanremo, it is Angelina Mango, who's the solo singstress for the Italians with the song La Noia. Now, this is a bit of a different affair as far as Eurovision songs is concerned, so I will give this another few more reacts to. I think I've only listened to it once, so I can't like do a proper think about it right now, but I will react, of course, to this accordingly right here, right now, for your entertainment. And speaking of which, of course, I have been doing all of my Eurovision all of the reactions to the Eurovision songs so far this year, and I'll be doing more as the year goes by. So for goodness sake, subscribe to my Eurovision YouTube channel, because it would mean the world to me if you did. I'm very nearly at 1,000 subscribers actually, so it'd be fantastic if you did help me get there. That'd be so amazing. I love you all. Thank you ever so much. Yay, fantastic. Otherwise, without any further ado, let's now dive into and react to Italy. Now this comes from the national final performance, and without any further ado, play. Ooh, okay. Okay, this is an interesting start. I never was expecting this. Beat kind of thing. Interesting outfit for her. Okay, I must admit, wasn't expecting this kind of vibe of an Italian song. I mean, I like the vibe, if you like. Oh, now we go into the beat. Initially, I was a little bit hesitant with that. Everything. I couldn't quite understand it myself then with all of that. I mean, I like the beat, but in terms of the vibe of this Italian song, I'm a little mixed, I will admit, because it's not normally my sort of thing. She certainly knows how to sing it, that's for sure. I don't know. Like, don't get me wrong, this is not a bad song per se, but I don't know. I'm just not getting into the vibes of it. I do like the old boom boom kind of things and everything, but there you go. Okay. She's got great passion though, I'll give her that. Always a bit of a solo effort now. Okay, and then we finish off at the end. Okay, got intrigued there with the little bridge part where she sort of went solo. That was very good touch actually. Okay, not bad, not bad. Okay, so listen, I mean, let's just first of all get Angelina out the way, because by God, she is probably one of the most faultless performers out there. Like, when I was going through the song itself, I was not that intrigued in terms of the style of the song itself, because it's maybe not necessarily my sort of thing, but I want to focus on Angelina for a few minutes because she is virtually flawless. Now, for starters, whenever she was like performing very well with the, with the very fast Italian bass lyrics, as they usually are, because there's a lot of Italian lyrics, as you already know, with a lot of these songs. The way she vibed through it, the way she flowed, the way she was speaking about it, and the way she was dancing and jiggy-jigging and all the rest of it, it felt like it was of her own presence. Like, she made the stage in her own. She felt confident, she felt vibed by it. The vocals were, virtually on point, if you ask me. She looked very pretty, has to be said, from what I saw. I'm just seeing another one of her nights beforehand. I think it was like night one when she performed it. She engaged the audience in the arena as well as people performing back at home, even though she didn't look at the cameras much. But nevertheless, it was something that a lot of people were engaged by it and vote for it in their droves, so I can understand that. She's a very attractive individual. Like, she'll absolutely make the Eurovision stage her own. There is no denying it, and I, for one, am actually very intrigued by her. She's an absolutely amazing performer. Now, as far as the song itself is concerned, there is a lot of like Castanista, kind of Brazilian, Colombian vibes in there as well. as well as, of course, signifying their own Italian style. And it's almost like an old-fashioned kind of vibe mixed in with the modern styling, which sounds good on paper, and don't get me wrong, this works kind of well, especially with the bongo drums and everything from what I've heard and seen actually on the other video. And if anything, she was doing it brilliantly well with it on her own a cappella style. That's it. It was a very good piece of a cappella in the middle bridge part there. And then bringing towards the end, La Noia, boo-ba-ba-doo-be-doo. I did find, though, in terms of the song itself, maybe the way it was structured was a little bit mismatchy. Like sometimes you had the beats coming in and then not coming in. It was almost like harking back to like Greece 2004 for me a little bit, whereby sometimes they would put the beats in on certain parts of the beginning part of the verse and then not put it in. But that made sense, whereas this one, it felt a little bit like out of place. I don't know why I felt like that. Obviously, we now await for what the proper staging is going to be like for the actual Eurovision Song Contest, because there's all sorts that could be thrown out here. I mean, if anything, I thought last year that Marco Mengoni would be just singing on his own for that Italian entry last year, but as it turns out, he had a couple of trampolinists go with him, and they still did relatively well. A lot of people still reckon that this could be another top 5 finish for Italy, but for me, as of right now, I'm kind of struggling to see it. For me personally, I think a lot of the a lot of people are going to be voting for this. There's no denying it. I think there will be a lot of votes, provided they get, of course, a decent running order in the grand final for Italy, since they are one of the big 5 and automatic qualifiers. So I think they'll probably get maybe at least a top 5 finish from the public. But as far as the juries is concerned, I'm seeing virtually similar to vibes from 2018, if you ask me. Like, for whatever reason, I don't expect the jurors to vote for this, since this is not really a European-based song. Even though you've got like a couple of, I say that, there's a couple of European elements in it, but most of it is sort of world broadening rather than actual Italian song, aside from the lyrics, of course. But yeah, I don't know. For me, I'm kind of struggling for the jurors to see this one as actually a really decent entry. Don't get me wrong, this isn't necessarily a bad entry, and also another one of these for good effort, but I don't know. Just not really feeling it myself this year for Italy. Don't get me wrong, good best of luck to you, but yeah, I wouldn't be waving my flag too much for this one. And that about does it for this particular video on my reaction to Italy. But never mind what I think, please do let me know what you think in the comments below. Do you see the Italians viva, grazie ragazzi, all the way to the top of the shop, even a top 5 finish once again? Or do you really find them overrated this year? I think they slightly are. But nevertheless, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Otherwise, you know the drill by now. Subscribe for more of my Eurovision juicy goodness. Smash the like button on this video for good measure. And of course, ring the bell to get notified about my latest videos. Catch you again in the next one. Bye-bye, everybody. Bye-bye.